Hi Mark, welcome to another week of racing at Addington. Just before we get started, the trials on Tuesday when some of the class fillies were having a hit out, were you very happy with the way they went? Did they all pass muster as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, they all went very good, Dave. I think they're all nice fillies, and a lot's going to depend on the draw in the final of that race, but being a mile. But I think each one of them we're well represented with.
Yeah, that's fine. And talking of more difficult horses, Winterfell is first up on Friday. Well, he must have been a headache for you at times, but he didn't trot that keenly, that well last time. In fact, personally, I thought you did well to get him round as far as you did, the way he seemed to be going. What was your judgment on that, and what's happened since?
He's certainly a very frustrating horse. We know he's got the motor, as he's proved up in Auckland, but here he's not as comfortable left-handed and has trouble negotiating the corners. But look, we've spent a lot of time with him and done a lot of work left-handed. I'd like to think we've got him as good as we ever have had him, and he went very close to making it around the last corner last start, and if he had it, I'm sure he would have been in the first three. So I'd have to think that on his work he's better going into tomorrow night's race, and even from an outside draw, I'd be disappointed if he let us down for the way he's been at home.
Yeah, well, it's a great opportunity for him if he's doing it right, isn't it? With free for all and and the way he can trot. So let's hope we see the best one.
That's right. Yeah, he's got an outside draw, and there's a couple of very nice horses in that race. So you'll need to be on his best behaviour to be in it.
Aqua Sancta was a very nice winner last week, as last start, which you pretty well predicted. The field doesn't seem to be that much different, the ratings. So how's he done since he last raced?
Very well. He seems to just have looked at his game a little bit. He's been a horse. Sometimes we haven't been able to put our finger on why he's let us down, but because of his work's been, well above his race performance. But he just seems to be putting it all together. It was nice to see him do it at both ends last start. And as you say, again, the field doesn't appear to be over strong, and you'd have to think from a front row draw there, he'd be hard again.
Yes, that's what it seems like on paper. And then we come to the last of the sire stakes heats, which a small field gives them all the chance. But would it be fair to say Pace and Pride would possibly have an edge on the way that he went last week?
I would say so, Dave. He's a horse we've got a lot of time for, and last start possibly a little unlucky not to be third, and I think he's better for that run. So only a small field and a good draw, and Natalie on board, I'm sure he'll be the best of our three chances.
What are you expecting from Aladdin? He's been a bit disappointing a couple of times, but when he's done his best, he's gone some very good sectionals and sort of got on with the job. What are you hoping for from him?
Yes, look, he's back from Auckland and better for the experience. He's sort of freshened up nicely, and his work's been pretty good at home. So I'm not sure. I think if he gets the right run, he's a horse that would be finishing over the top.
And Shan Noble, I guess, will improve with the run. He's had a bit of a break.
Yes, he had 10 days off, and I've been really pleased with his work. Probably a horse I just wouldn't underrate from a one draw, and he looks like he'll probably trail for the race.
Yes. What will they need to get into the final at this stage, Mark? I mean, how do you assess it? Would it first four be good enough?
Look, I would say that tends to be the pattern in these size stakes racing now. It used to be the first two, and then the third one sort of scraped in, but now it tends to be the first four are making the finals.
Yeah. And to move on to the age group trotters, Paramount Princess and Want to Play With Me. Just Want to Play With Me's more race seasoning. Does that give her an advantage over the Princess?
Probably a little bit, yes, and she is strong too. The last couple of runs have been very good, very impressive, and the times have been good. So, yeah, I think she's our better chance of the two. Paramount Princess got a handy draw, and she'll probably get a nice trip. But I think I'd favour Wanna Play just ahead of her.
What about, are you talking more race, talking about class here, or race seasoning, or just all-round prospects?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, but I think Wanna Play with me, just she has got that little bit of class about her, whereas Paramount Princess probably lacks her strength at the moment.
Yes, they're quite a handy bunch of 3-year-old trotters.
There's some really nice horses stepping out now, and it's going to be a tough race.
And well, that's the end for you for the night, but then we come to Revered and Delightful Dude, who's got a shocking draw, but it's quite a smart horse, and Revered, of course, won well further south. How do you view those two?
Yeah, well, Revered sort of surprised me a little bit, but yeah, very pleased, and Olivia handled him well. He did get a perfect run, so we'll see what happens there tomorrow night. But he's drawn out a little bit wider, so he's not going to get that run he got last week, and it'll be interesting. Delightful Dude, he's back from Auckland, and look, he's a horse that did well up there. He's a horse that's fresh and nicely since he come home, and his training's been good, so I think he would probably be very hard to beat.
Yes, it's just a question of getting off from that nasty draw, but you've got the right man in the bike, got the informed driver.
That's right, yeah, I'm sure if anyone can, Tim will do the right thing and get him off at some stage.
Are we going to have a big team of horses racing in Ashburton, Mark? Does it look like a big team coming up?
Yes, we probably will have, Dave. We generally have sort of 8 or 10 there. It varies, but I'd say at this stage that's about the number we'll be looking at.
And Spankham and Self Assured will both be there?
They will, and all going well, maybe Ashley Locas, if travel arrangements just run fluently and he can arrive here and in good shape, he'll likely to be nominated anyway. And
do you have any reports on Princess Tiffany, and to a lesser extent another masterpiece who's pretty well placed over there, isn't he? But Princess Tiffany, any update there?
Yeah, Dean's very happy with her. It was good. She missed the first mare's race, but she tied up a little bit when she got there, so I'm pleased that happened. And Dean's trialled her since then, and Anthony Butt handled her, and he was very happy with her. So training's been good by all reports, and we look forward to her making a start there on Saturday. Yes,
it's quite a good series for her, and 1 or 2 mares her class, or her approaching her class, are in it, but not a field that would strike fear into her heart, is it?
No, that's right. No, I'm sure it's 1700, and she's got the outside the second line draw, so it's not going to be easy, but she'll have the class to overcome it probably.
And there's no other special stable news, Mark? No newcomers to the stable since we were last talking?
No newcomers.
All right, well, good luck with the ones you have.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.